And welcome everybody to Eastwood Baseball here in Eastwood Sports Media. I'm Dan Ridenour, and we're going to get started with the pregame action here, get everything figured out, because boy oh boy, today is a big day indeed. We are here live at Defiance High School as always. Dan Ridenour once again. And boy oh boy, did we just see quite the game. Ended in 6 innings. They didn't have to play the whole 7. Ottawa Hills will beat Archbold by a score of 10-0. And they will move on to play here again for the district championship at noon on May 31st. Going to be quite the birthday gift to have there. And then Swanton going to be playing Eastwood now. That's set for 6 o'clock, 15 minutes. Swanton right now taking their pregame, as you can see. So that's what we have going right now. Both these teams quite in different situations coming into today. Eastwood has the 2nd seed in the tournament, Swanton the 5th. So that's what we have as well. Other than that, let's kind of look at where these teams are standing. Swanton, they won their 2-2 victory for them. That was on May 24th, the same day that your Eagles beat the Genoa Commons 3-0 at home. And on beyond that, we have that. And so that is where we're beginning. Okay. Then we move along and we see where else we can go. 21-6 coming in. They finished their NBC play 12-3 after a 6-1 loss to Maumee. Swanton finishes league play 3-4, so they have it below 500. So you kind of get that, you see, and moving along, really just where you're going to want to see yourself and where you're going to be able to get there is going to be the deciding factor really in this game and how things really move along. And both these teams definitely talented, and we've seen it. Swanton beat Oak Harbor also. That was a 2-0 on the 27th. So they are playing with just 2 days rest after playing the Rockets for a final regular season game. They've scored 182 runs as well this year. So Swanton, a very offense-first teams with notable wins like, Cardinal Stritch 17-0 and North Central 11-1. This is going to be a team quite to be a match for Eastwood. So we'll keep it along for that. Hope you join us along the ride. And boy, oh boy, we're going to be right back for a great game ahead. This is Eastwood Baseball here in Eastwood Sports Media. And welcome back, everybody, to Eastwood Baseball here in Eastwood Sports Media, getting everything figured out behind the scenes, and boy, oh boy, are we ready to go. Eastwood now going to be taking on the Swanton Bulldogs, and man, this is quite the day that you've had marked for a very long time. The district semifinals are finally here. So Eastwood coming into this. And so they're coming into this, as I mentioned earlier, they have 6 losses on the year, trying their best to avoid another. And really, it's going to be up to you, putting in that work every at-bat that you can and just moving along as you go forward and taking it one step at a time. Eastwood going to be in for this today. They're going Swanton starters. Look like this. They're going to be leading off Luke Marlowe, number 10, for Isaiah Borland, number 3, and then to Carson Lemons, the number 8. He's going to be in that third spot for the first 3 of the Swanton Bulldogs. Drake Harris going to be the number 9, 4th man. 5th man going to be Adam Lemon. He's number 18, the 5th, and going now will be the number 6 of Carson Bond, 3rd baseman. Then the 7th man going to be Brendan Upham, 13, and then the 8th man, Evan Smilgleski, for the 8th, and then the 9th, Brady OHSAA, is who we have. So let's get started, everybody, for another one upon us here for this. Paul Lotzenizer are going to be on the mound also for your Eagles. So let's get a move on here, and let's play ball as we start for the leadoff man. Luke Marlowe going to be up and ready to try to get Swanton here, and just going to have to start it off early, really. Just go where you can and go where you want to go. You control your own destiny here at this point. There's going to be some opposition, but if you can fight every pitch and then play some good defense, Eastwood plans to do that. So 5:51 is our time. Lots and eyes are up to warm. So we are starting a tad early and getting excited for another day of ball for us now. As I mentioned earlier, it's Ottawa Hills beat Archbold earlier, so they will move on to play on Saturday. And that is what we're battling for here today, is that Saturday spot. So the wait is over. Let's get started, everybody. Swanton to lead things off with their number 10 of Luke Marlowe. And now let's get after it. Here now.
Number 10, the right fielder. Speaks for the pitcher, Luke Marlowe.
So Luke Marlowe, the pitcher, going to be up. And now we'll get a move on. Lotzenizer's first pitch of the game going to go in. That'll be a good throw there, ball 1. Just barely missed. So on the 1-0. Getting started here again. Next pitch going to go in for Paul, and that will be a strike 1. So now you're all even. 1-1 count. Just reset and go and take it. All even. Lotzenizer gets it in and finds somewhere. 1-2 for Paul, and the intensity already coming out strong here today. So back in for it again, down low, ball 2. Marlowe not going to chase that at all. So now we have a 2-2 count, all even where we began. Marlowe to get it back in. The throw, the high pitch. And that's going to be trying for 2, and that's going to be way over. And it's caught by Eastwood. So 1 to be retired there as we get it back. So that's out number 1 as a flyout. Ludhart and Kashmir chasing it into right, and Shoemaker there as well. So a 3-man around, and that will go back and away for Eastwood. So a good place to start. Isaiah Borland up. His first pitch going to take it high. Strike 1. 0-1 count. Lotzenizer looking good here. So he'll take his next. The kick, the deal in down low. Ball 1. So a 1-1 count. Not going to chase after that one. So on the 1-1 you have it. Goes back and through. Lotzenizer takes it, and that'll be a hit past Woodward. And he'll go 1. So there's a single. So following up the fly out into right, Swanton will get Carson Lemons up. Carson Lemons will be up to try to get another one going for Swanton after the hit. And so back and forth again. Lotsenizer will look over. Throws it into Lemons. First pitch, strike one, so that'll be an 0-1 count. Lotsenizer to take a good look at that and keeps it moving. On the 0-1 with the out. Will go in, has to throw back. And he's called safe there. So now they'll take it back and forward again. So the 0-1 comes through. Lotsenizer throws it in. And we'll wait for it. Roll to ball, so that's ball one. 1-1 count now for Paul. Is what we have. So Lotsenizer. He'll get set here. Gets the throw back over to Kashmerick. He's rolled safe there. Your outfield for Eastwood, Brock Messinger in left, Caden Donnell in center. Cam Shoemaker in right, Drew Kashmerick at first, Drew Ludhart at second, Colton Woodward at short, Eric Hepler at third, and Connor Norton at catcher to get the bouncing ball there. 2-1 count now in the top of our first inning. So in the top of the first, you have it back again. Now 2-1. Nobody out here. They'll find it. That'll be a knock. And that might get through. No, Ludhart just going to get the play over at first. There's out number 2. And now Carson Lemons will be retired. And now we'll have the fourth man up of Drake Harris, your catcher and senior. At number 9.
Drake Harris.
To be up in that fourth position. 2 outs, but you have a man in scoring position at least for a bit of upside there. So on the upside, you have it. And back in again. That's going to be a pop-up, though. And that's going to be chased by Hepler over and going to go over the fence there. For the foul ball, strike one is what we have. So on the 0-1 with 2 outs, you have it. Lotsenizer going to look in now and get it started here. So on the 0-1, he gets set. Paul throws it in, goes through, knocked, ground ball, past Hepler. Swanton's going to try to score. And so they'll get one home. And it's a 1-0 lead with the error by Hepler. Gives Swanton that with now Adam Lemon up, the outfielder for today's game. So Swanton to take an early lead in the top of our first inning. And now Paul gets it back and through. Lotsenizer gonna get it first pitch in. That's ball one. So a 1-0 for Paul. Quite one of the guys you like to see on this Eastwood squad. And especially when it comes to pitching, Paul is above the rest. 107 ERA. And he's still going ball two, or strike one there. So now you have a 1-1 count for Lotsenizer. The 107 ERA has allowed 33 hits this year, and that's ball two, or strike two. So now a 1-2 count is what we're at. And trying to get rid of the inning. On the 1-2, that'll go high. Ball two. So the 2-2 now is what you're at. All three of the positions are 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Paul to throw it in. Adam Lemon up for the fifth man. The senior, number 18, gets a jab at it, keeps his at-bat alive. That's going to go behind us. And now we're at a 2-2 count again. So the 2-2. Gets it back and through. Paul to throw in, and that's jabbed again. You hear it on the bat. But that ball is going to go behind us and just get knocked. So now we're at a 2-2 count, 2 outs. With Swanton up 1-0. They're on their 5th man, Adam Lemon. Lotzenizer now to throw it in. He gets set. He'll get it in, and that's knocked down low is what it's ruled, ball 3. So now the full count is what we're at. 3 balls and 2 strikes. With a real need here. So Paul to get ready to throw it in. He gets up. And he's just going to step off for a minute. Give a casual glance over to first. So the full count is what we're at. And gets ready to get it in. And that's going to be knocked out to center. But caught by Donnell. So Donnie there going to be able to get a good one. Caden Donnell going to knock it. The little bit of Jesse's Girl action to start. Eastwood up. And quite a bit of a show there, but really, Eastwood still to come out on top in that ordeal, only letting up 1, which puts them still in a lot of good breathing room here to get the bats flowing and to get where you need to be. And so as we kind of start to unwind here, hope you're all enjoying your Thursday. Sure am. As you know, the seniors, we all had our grad practice and everything like that earlier today. That was quite fun. But let's get some announcements so you know what's going around the school. No birthdays are today, but tomorrow we'd like to wish a happy birthday to Siler Murray and Mr. Swartz, the ag teacher. And after that, varsity softball unfortunately lost a close run to number 3 ranked Fairbanks, and that will be the end of their season. The Lady Eagles ended their season with the 22-3 record and the NBC championships. Congratulations to the amazing season. And track and field regional primary will take place at Lexington High School. Good luck to all of you. And varsity boy baseball, they're here now for Swanton at Defiance, 4 p.m. Best of luck as you are watching this live on Eastwood Sports Media. Freshmen and sophomores, Mrs. Emrine has sent you an email to vote for student council for your class. Please take a couple of minutes to complete the Google form by 2:25 today. Otterbein is currently seeking enthusiastic and compassionate high school students to join our team as wellness assistants this summer. The position offers a great opportunity for students to gain hands-on experience in the healthcare setting while making a meaningful impact on the lives of the senior residents. Responsibilities for this position including assisting with wellness activities, providing support to residents, and participating in daily care routines. The role is part-time over the summer with 2-hour shifts, and we're excited to offer a free iPad to the candidate we hire. If you're interested in playing, please use the link listed in your announcements. And UT Engineering Summer Camp is a week-long day camp designed to give rising 9th through 12th graders a hands-on introduction to the world of engineering. The camp will run July 21st to 25th, 2025, and will offer participants a chance to engage in interactive activities, tour labs, and tackle real-world engineering challenges, all led by Toledo faculty and student members. More on that later. Let's get started here, everybody. Colton Woodward going to lead things off here in the bottom of our first inning, so let's get that switched over as we come back here. Woody's up. Back in the starting position after he tore his hamstring against Liberty Center. Dugout's loud, first pitch down low, ball 1. And Luke Marlowe, the junior, is on the mound for the Swanton Bulldogs. So as you hear below us, the dugout's starting to get loud. Marlowe, the hit. Outside, and that's a first base hit for Woodward. Goes into left field, and now the Eagles will start the leadoff man with a hit. So let's get back to it. And now Brock Messinger going to be up. So Woodward going to get his 22nd hit of the season. Just like that. And now Brock Messinger with the .329 average comes up again to play. This will be his 100th plate appearance as well. Lucky number 100. Brock gets ready to get back through. The bunt attempt, and that's going to land foul, however. So now we're at an 0-1. On the 0-1 for Brock. Caden Donnell currently on deck for Eastwood. He's playing in center today. Brock over in left. 0-1 count again for Marlowe. Plays shortstop as well, the junior. Also leading off the order for batting. Getting loud again. They know Brock's going to bunt. Pulls away. Woodward. Oh, and no, they're calling a balk. So nobody out. Woodward gets to second free. 1-1 count. So on the 1-1, Woodward gonna get a bit of a stretch, but Brock gonna be up. And so now here we go again. Brock to get set. Marlowe to look, throw. Messinger to try to go at it again. The 1-2 is what we're at. So 1-2 count for Messinger. Gets a roll on here in the bottom of our first inning. And so now Marlowe to be up. On the 1-2. Gets a good look at it and he'll get set now. And now goes high ball again. 2-2 count. Nobody out here. Swanton still has that 1-run lead. But Eastwood showing no signs of giving up anytime soon. So Messinger to get ready, the 2-2. We'll get it on and get it through, and that's going to be knocked foul. Nope, and that's just going to be a bit of a fly out over to third. There, that'll be the number 14 of Carson Bond over at third to catch that. And now Caden Donnell to be the one up again. Eastwood to have an out. They do, however, get Colton. Woodward gets a hit. That was on the left side and ends up getting the second. So now with one on, Donnell will be up. Looking for a hit here is Donnell. Looking for his 33rd one this season. Also posting the only Eagle with above a 400 record, or 400 average, 416. 1-0 count now for him. So Marlowe to get that back in. And we'll look here. The 1-0 to get it through. Marlowe to Donnell. Down inside. And that'll be caught by Drake Harris. And then, going to be ball 2. So a 2-0 for Donnell. And we'll be back again. So Marlowe to get it set. He's looking here. He gets it in. The 2-0 now. We'll have it and the throw in. And that's going to be ball 3 for Donnell. For the 3-0 here. So now on the 3-0 you have it. Going to need to get somewhere else again. And so he will on the 3-0. Donnell to get set and to find the ball. That's just ball 4. And he's going to take a trip. And now Eastwood will have 2 on base and bring up Drew Kashmerek. Number 27, the first baseman. So used to seeing Norton in that spot, but Woodward coming back brought us back to the original order as a visit's called. And that's going to be a visit between just Luke Marlowe and Drake Harris. As you see over there, I doubt they're talking about fantasy football. But now we'll go back again. Kashmerek up. Posting an impressive 387 average this season. And to match his jersey, 27 RBIs. Hoping for number 28 here. And you already know he's got the power and Woodward's got the speed, which is a good combination to have. So we'll get through. Into Kashmerek, we have it. Knocked first thing. And wasting no time, they get Donnell. But are they going to get Drew? And they are. Double play for Swanton. And so after that, we're going to be right back after the double play. And the top of the second inning will be upon us. Don't worry, don't go anywhere. We will come back. This is Eastwood Baseball here in Eastwood Sports Media. And welcome back, everybody.
14.
Carson
Third
Bond
baseman,
up
Carson
the
Bond.
third baseman on the 6th spot. And then he'll be followed by Brendan Upham and then Evan Smogleski, as those will be the 3 due. For the top of our second inning, first pitch by Paul, going to be a ball 1. So now we have a 1-0 count here as we get back for it today. Back 1 through again. Lotzenizer to throw a ball. That's a 2-0 now. As we have it again, Paul to throw another. He'll get this one in, and that's going to be high and inside, ball 3. So now a 3-0 for him is what you got. Eastwood currently trying to get somebody home. They have 185 runs this year, but when you're talking about defense, Paul's been one of the best. But 107 ERA, 3-1 count now after he's able to get a strike and 2 recover swiftly. So he'll look for another ball 4 to be thrown, and that'll be a walk for Lotzenizer as another one comes through, and the number 13 to be up of Brendan Upham.
First baseman, Brendan Upham. Line number 13.
And the first baseman, sophomore as well, in that left spot. So now that'll be back again. The bunt attempt there. Gonna go back and be fouled off, so strike 1. 0-1 count now after that, and we'll look through for it again. So on the 0-1, Paul to get it through and gets the bunt attempt there. This time it's fair, and that's going to roll, and they're going to have to get the play to first, and they will. Good sacrifice there, however. And now Evan Smolgevsky going to be up the senior first base / designated hitter. He's DHing today, however. So 1 out. And Carson Bond, going to be over at second here today. So now an 0-0. The out here. Paul to get it in. The ball's going to be low. Norton to save it. And ball 1, so a 1-0 count there. Get you back. So Paul going to have to throw another one here. On the 1-0 again. We'll get it right down and under. That's strike 1, so a 1-1 count now. And the out is all evened up. So now that we're even, we're going to have to look ahead again for Paul. All even, gets it through and in. Strike 2, so a 1-2 count, and the out here is what you're at. So now on the 1-2, you look for it a little more. Paul gets set and looks back, and that's going to be taken a jab at, and that will be fouled off. So now a 1-2 again, and the out will keep you going. So Paul battling here. Looks for another, gets it in, and swing and a miss! Will be strike 3 for Lotzenizer.
Left fielder, number 2, Brady O'Shea.
And his first strikeout today, Brady O'Shea to be up for the Swanton Bulldogs now, and we will be back for it again. 0-0 count and 2 out now. So Shea up. Lotzenizer at 35 down now. And the 0-0. So another one in. Paul to throw. And that will be for ball 1. So the 1-0 count. And his next pitch going to be in. That's going to be caught by Ludhart. And he's going to have to go back for out 3. And he'll have to head to the dugout after that. Great play. Great move. As we head to the bottom of the second inning. So Eastwood able to recover swiftly. And now campers will, for the Toledo Engineering Summer Camp, as we were talking about earlier, campers will explore a different engineering discipline every half day, ranging from chemical to bioengineering and electrical engineering with applied computing. Registration is now open at U Toledo Engineering Summer Camp registration. And thank you for that. Join us for the Eastwood Wrestling Club Camp on June 7th and 8th. Times will be Saturday 10 a.m. to noon with 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. and Sunday 10 a.m. to noon with lunch from 12 to 1. At the Eastwood Wrestling Room, the fee is $100, covers both days and all sessions. Open to all female wrestlers, all ages, and any experience level. Bring a packed lunch every day, wrestling gear, and a good attitude. Water will be provided. And you can fill out the registration form to secure your spot today. Questions, call or text 419-287-6379. And with that, we are going to take ourselves a break for the bottom of the second inning. This is Eastwood Baseball here on Eastwood Sports Media. And welcome back, everybody. Connor Norton, your catcher, number 2, going to be up here. And let's get back to where we left off. Bottom of the second inning, nobody out. Eastwood now looking for another day ahead. And so now we get started. 0-0 count, and that one to get in. First pitch, foul ball, 0-1 count. And now on the 0-1, you have it. Only an out here, but you look for it a little more. On the 0-1. Back for it again. Next pitch high and out. 0-2 count for nobody here. So on the 0-2, you have it. And you look for it again. Nobody out. Norton. Going to get his next one in high. Ball 1, so a 1-2. Norton not to chase that. Using some good patience there, and now you'll keep it moving. On the 1-2, nobody out. Looks through it again. Ball knocked over to short. The throw over in time. He's out. And now Paul Lotzenheiser, the Lumberjack, number 28, to be up. After that play will be made. So an out as we are approaching 2 innings played here today. So now Paul to be up. You're going to get it back again. On the 0-0, ended out here. Paul will have it. He gets the pitch down low. And that'll be ball 1. So now the 1-0 count is ahead of us. And only 1 out as well. So on the 1-0 with the out. Going to get it in. Down low once more. Ball 2. So now a 2-0 for the battle between Luke Marlowe and Paul Lotzenheiser. Both pitching in this game. Paul has recorded a strikeout. Marlowe has not. So an out. Going to be back. And away. Lotzenheiser going to tank it all the way out. And that's going to land right on the fence. Bounce a little bit. And no, that's gone. And that ball is crushed by Lotzenheiser. Wow. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? And what a beautiful hit. Jack Sensenig going to be up. And they're going to, looks like they'll rule that a ground rule double. Looks like it just landed short. And then ended up jumping over the wall. That's 375 feet out to center field. And Lotzenheiser was probably around, if I had to guess, 373. And Jack Sensenig up, the designated hitter. As he'll be up ball 1. So now a 1-0. Backing away. Our dugout below us getting rowdy. So Marlowe going to have to look back. He'll take it. Down low, ball 2 right by the kneecap. And so now we're at a 2-0. So now the 2-0 count. 1 out here for Sense. Marlowe battling with him here. Paul Lotzenheiser on second. Going to take another one in on the 2-0. High and wide by the shoulders again. Ball 3. 3-0 count here with the out. So on the 3-0 we have it. Down low, gonna wait for another one. Sensitive here to take it. Marlowe on the 3-0 will look and get it in. And that'll be ruled a strike barely. 3-1 now. But Marlowe will keep the at-bat alive here. And waste no time at all. So now on a 3-1. This will be back again. Marlowe battling him here. And on the 3-1, throws it in. Sense gonna foul that one off. And I'm not sure what it hit, but it looks like it hit the bat and then goes somewhere else. 3-2 now. The full count ahead. So on the full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes is what you have. And so looking back for it again on the 3-2. Sense going to take it. The pitch to be in. Will go, and Sense going to find a reason to live and goes behind us, fouls it off. We're still at the 3-2 here with an out. So on the 3-2, the 1 out here. We'll get it back again. We'll look through. And that'll be ball 4, so he's going to take a trip. Right on that. The second time today. Cam Shoemaker up. And now an out here, 2 on.
Right fielder number 5, Cam Shoemaker.
And Shoemaker getting some good hits in early. First base, that 13 there of Brendan Upham. To move in just a tad, they're going to send back the third baseman a Bond. A bunt could happen here. And the Shoemaker hits him, and no worries to wait. He's going to take a trip on that one, and so now the bags will be loaded. Drew Ludhart to be up. And so that's what you will have, ladies and gentlemen. Just like that. So Shoemaker going to get back in after that one will hit him. And so now we're going to have ourselves a visit between all of them here. As there, that looks like it'll knock them. And now a mound visit getting called. And we'll be over. So Drew Ludhart to be up. Still sporting the face mask almost, if you will, after he got hit against Rossford. And Colton Woodward to be on deck, as now this will be the last batter in the Eastwood rotation. Bases loaded, 1 out. So with only an out here, you get it away. On the 0-0, looking for somewhere else. And 1 out here. Marlowe going to be up. Ludhart gets set in his box. Looking forward a little bit more again. Marlowe going to get set. Looks through, gets in. Ludhart going to send it right back to Marlowe. The force run for Lotzenheiser is what they'll get. So now 2 outs, bases loaded. Marlowe going to get him out over. All right, and now we're back for it again. Colton Woodward, the leadoff man up. The bases loaded. Drew Ludhart at first. Cam Shoemaker at second. Jack Sensenig at third. And now Woodward, first pitch he'll see, going to be ruled strike 1. Curveball and in. 0-1 count now is what you'll have. So on the 0-1 with 2 out here. Looking forward a little bit more. 0-1, 2 out here. Gets it back and through, going to get set. And Woodward going to take that over to left, going to be a far run in foul territory and going to be missed by the number 2 of OHSAA. Great athleticism being able to run over there. Was so close, but we're just going to stay where we were at. 0-2 count now. And boy, oh boy, if that ball is fair and you miss it, Eastwood could have hit prime time, I'm telling you. 0-2 now, 2 out, and we'll be back where we left off. The 0-2 now. Woodward to step in and get away for it again. On the 0-2. Waits for it, gets it in high, ball 1. So that's a 1-2 count now for Woodward. Gonna delay the suspense just a tad more, but now we're at the 1-2 and 2 out here. And we'll be away for it on the 1-2. Woodward getting back for it again. 2 out here. So gonna get set as Woodward. Marlowe to throw it in. And Woodward gonna get a jab at it. That's gonna be grounded over. The throw gonna be not in time. No, they call him out. Woodward had it safe and they'll call him out. And that was close. Good athleticism there by Woodward. But we're going to go to break, and we'll be right back after 2 have been played. We head to the top of the 3rd inning. This is Eastwood Baseball here on Eastwood Sports Media. And welcome back, everybody. After that, Luke Marlowe going to be up wanting. And boy, oh boy, that was close for Woodward. But now we have to start just again. So, bases loaded. Eastwood not going to tie this game up as we're now in the top of our 3rd inning. And we'll look for it again. So, after that first pitch by Lotzenizer, 0-1 count is what we'll have. Beyond that, anything possible here. And so now we have to take it further and just get the roll on here. Next pitch going to be in. And now the 0-2 for Paul. So now a 0-2 count is what we're at. And we'll look ahead again. The 0-2 for Paul, going to get it in. And that's going to be knocked up the middle. And a single for Marlowe to chase. And a great play there made by him. And now Eastwood going to be in a bit more of a tougher spot. They'll now have a man on. With Isaiah Bolyard going to be up. And man, oh man, that is an unfortunate turn of events. And so now here we are. Next one in. Now the 0-0 and nobody out here. Gets it through again. And Lotzenizer gets the throw, bunt attempt. Going to be tried and then pulled back. So that's a 1-0 count after the ball's thrown. So now a 1-0 is what we're at. A 1-0 gets you through. Never went back, so that's strike 1. 1-1 count after the bunt is missed. Nobody out here. You got Marlowe over at first base, and beyond that, Bolyard here. Going to be up to try for something new. So he'll come into this again outside for ball 2. So a 2-1. Bolyard 1 for 1 today. Lotzenizer at 41 thrown in the top of our 3rd inning. And so now we'll have to take it back just a tad further. On the 2-1, here we go again. Nobody out. The bunt attempt going to be taken and missed, ruled foul. So now a 2-2 count. He's not going to bunt here, I don't think. So Boyard up. Gets it through a little bit more. On the 2-2, with nobody out here, Lutz and Eyes are going to be up. Time called. Time called by Boyard. The second baseman. Senior as well. Looking to keep it alive. On the 2-2. Lotzenizer looks over. Gets it in. And that's going to be high. Ball 3. 3-2 now. Full count here. The 3-2 now. Gets through it again. On the 3-2. And nobody out here. On the full count. Lotzenizer gets it in. Will look, gets set. Ground ball over to Hepler. He's going to make the throw to first. And Kashmir going to catch it in time. That's out number 1. But to advance will be Marlowe. For 1 out. Now the 8th, number 8, Carson Lemons. In that third spot, the third baseman for
The shortstop.
or shortstop
Carson
for today. So Carson Lemon's going to be up here, and we'll take it. So on the 0-0, Lemons gets it back and in. Looking just for a little bit more. First pitch, he's just going to jab out to center, and that's going to be tanked between Shoemaker and Donnell. As Cam's going to throw that. 1 to score for Swanton and a triple scored. And the Swanton dugout to go insane after that. So 2-0 with the man on third now. And we'll be back for it again.
Catcher, Drake Harris.
And now the catcher, Drake Harris, number 9. Senior as well to be up. The winner of this game will play Ottawa Hills on Saturday. And we'll be for it again. And the first pitch going to get through. Woodward to save. And he's going to go for the rundown at home. The throw in time. And they're going to call him out. So a good play there. Woodward using not only his agility to get the hit ball, but also to get it home to Norton and not chase Harris over at first. He'll be there now. 2 outs. Woodward going to be getting a beautiful one there to save 1 scoring. Now number 18, Adam Lemon. Going to be up Harris now. Going to be 1 for 2 after that. Through the fielder's choice. Lemons to get out. And we will be back for it again. So now we'll be rolling through. Going to be down low and wild. Norton going to try to get the throw, and that's going to be to Woodward. And then knocked. And that's a 1-0 count there. So now the 1-0 with 2 out. Gets you through a little bit more. So now a 1-0. And an intentional walk.
Lemon will be intentionally walked, but the third baseman, Carson Bond.
And now Carson Bond, the 6th man to be up. But 2 outs. Force out at third, second, and first now after that decision for the intentional walk. So now you'll have it. 1-0 count here. And gets it in, knocked. And Donnell going to get it, and that's a beautiful catch there by Donnell. Could have been mayhem, could have been bad. But no, we're talking about Donnie here. He does not let that happen. Bottom of the third we go. And now we get a bit of a recap as we follow. We'll head to the bottom of the third in just a minute, but let's get you caught up on some things going around the school, such as some community service opportunities. The Lucky Community Vacation Bible School is looking for volunteers June 9th through 13th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. please register at luckyvbs.com. And the Bethlehem Lutheran Church is looking for student volunteers to help with Bible school this summer. It's a great way to earn volunteer hours, even if you don't need them. We'd love to have you join us. It'll be June 23rd through the 29th. We will need volunteers 8:15 to noon. This will be at the Bethlehem Lutheran Church in Pemberville. And please contact Kyle Kolk at 260-223-3578. Again, that's 260-223-3578. Or you can email Kolp, which is culp.1045@gmail.com. And the Eastwood Athletic Boosters need your help. We're working to the gates at the 2025 Wood County Fair this year. It'll be a ton of help for your volunteerism and would be greatly appreciated. You can sign up for a shift or two. Working these gates can get the boosters over $15,000 and use it for our athletic programs and can go towards community service. Anyone can volunteer. It can be students, parents, coaches, fans, grandparents, teachers, or anybody. And so thank you for joining us today, 6:36 p.m. on May 29th here on a beautiful Thursday evening at Defiance. Current weather right now looking around 68 degrees with quite a bit of a light sun as you see out in the distance. Still on the mound right now, Luke Marlowe for the the Swanton Bulldogs here. Will be up and away. He's been doing all right so far today. Eastwood trailing by 2. Had a close call, but will be ruled out. So now we go back for it again. The second man in the order, Brock Messinger, going to be up. Brock Messinger going to be up, and now let's get it started back away and again here in the bottom of our third inning. So this will get back and through, down low. Strike one called, the 0-1 count here. We'll be back and away. Nobody out here is what we have currently. So that will be another one through. Ball one, so now a 1-1 count here. Getting it rolling a little bit more. Now there's an 0-1. Gets it back and away, down low. 2-1 count now. And away for it again. So on the 2-1, nobody out here. They'll look ahead. Marlin gonna get it in here. To Messinger. Finds it, and that will be strike 2. So now a 2-2 count for Buck. He's 0 for 1 today. But now gonna look for another one. On the 2-2. Get it through. Messinger going to make contact, and that's going to be through the line over at short past Borland. And he will get a single there. How about that? And now Caden Donnell going to be up. Third man in the order. Center fielder here. So now Donnell's up. We'll want to find it here. On the 0-0. Gets it through after they hit by Messinger. It'll be his 27th hit this season. And now Donnell is going to be up and again. 0-1 count for him there. As now we try it just a tad further. After the 0-1, we'll go back again. The next one in to make it an 0-2 is what we will have. So now Donnell going to look for it. Messinger now going to be 1 for 2 today. But Donnell going to be up as well. And Donnell on the 0-2. We'll get it through. Going to knock that high. And that's going to drop. And it's going to drop fair. So Messinger going to go over to third. Or excuse me, go over to second. And so now they'll have 2 on with Drew Kashmerek up. Donnell to get a good hit there. And so looking at that, that'll be his 33rd hit this season. Drew Kashmerek going to be up now. After Donnell will go from 0 for 0 and is now 1 for 1. So a beautiful hit there by Donnell. And now we have Drew Kashmerek up. On the 0-0. Cash, look for it again. Now on the 0-0. Gets it back and away. Goes through the pitch. Kashmir going to bank that. And that's going to drop fair right on the right field side. Messinger going to stay. And now the bag's loaded again. As that will be a beautiful hit there by Drew Kashmir. And will keep it away. That we've been able to see earlier. So now Kashmir, who came in today with a 387 average and 29 hits on the year, gets number 30 with Norton up, and the base is loaded. Swanton up 2 in the bottom of our third. And so, gonna get it in. We look for it. Norton's gonna take his first pitch, strike one, 0-1 count. Ruled on that one, so now the 0-1 and nobody out. So after the 0-1, we'll try for it again. And we'll get it set here. Another one in. Norton, contact made, and that's going to drop into left center. So one will score. Swanton going to try to get that home, and then 2 are going to score for Eastwood. We are tied up, ladies and gentlemen, and this will be a 2-2 game in the bottom of our third inning. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Great plays to be made, and now, at the drop of a hat, Eastwood going to get back on top of things, tied up with the Lumberjack up and the leading run of Kashmir on second. With that, and now Connor Norton going to be on first. So Eastwood to tie it up, and we'll see Lotzenheiser here. So he'll take his first pitch, strike one, 0-1 count. And now the 0-1 backing away. So Marlowe gonna get this one through, all tied up. We'll look for it again, and then Lotzenheiser are gonna knock that, and they're gonna rule that foul. It landed fair and then goes back the other direction. So not much you can do there, but we'll keep it moving. So now that Lotzenheiser's up again for his second rep today. We'll look for it here. 0-2 count. Lotzenheiser 1 for 1 today. Marlowe at 45 deep. As of now, just take that as is. On the 0-2. Dugout getting loud. Gets it in. Tipped by Lotzenheiser. And you could barely hear it, but still. And then there we go again. On the 0-2. Goes for it. So for Eastwood, the Lumberjack here. On the 0-2. Gets it in now for Marlowe. Looks for it a little bit more. Goes. Marlowe now gets the knee up, gets set outside, ball one. So now a 1-2 to keep Lotzenheiser going. Now looking for it again. On the 1-2. Marlowe gets it through. Kashmir gets second. Norton at first. Marlowe gets it in. Lotzenheiser going to take a jab at it on the drop, strike 3. And they'll just say he's out. So that'll be the first out recorded of this inning. With Jack Sensenig up, Lotzenheiser now going to go 1 for 2 right now.
Designated hitter Jack Sensenig.
And now Jack Sensenig, the designated hitter, will be up for Eastwood here. Marlowe at 47 thrown, bottom of our third, as I mentioned, Sense here, looking for anything he can get, especially batting-wise, more of a power. He's at a 205 right now, but when you look at that RBIs, he's hit the double digits for that, looking for number 11. So he'll take his first pitch, curveball, goes outside, as you see, just a little bit. Now a 1-0 count is what we're at. And we'll look for it again. So on the 1-0, the out here. Tied up. Gets it in now. Sense going to take a jab at it. Or no, he's going to wait. Too low to do that. 2-0 count. And the one out here, Sense ruled 0 for 0 today. Marlowe going to throw number 50 for that, and he's going to end up having a ball. So Sense now to have it. On the 2-0. Marlowe to look around, gets the throw in. Sense to make contact, that's up the middle. And so Sense is going to try to go and gets the bags loaded there as it's back in and away. So now Cam Shoemaker, what a guy, Cam Shoemaker, the right fielder, quite a stud on the gridiron and a stud on the diamond. So now, with one out, the bases were loaded for the third time today. Last time the bases were loaded, it went in Eastwood's favor, hoping for that same outcome. The first time, not so much. On the 0-0. Gets it in. Kashmerek, the lead man at third, Norton at second, and Sense at first, 0-1 count after that, ruled strike one. So now we have an 0-1 here. Back for it again. On the 0-1, we'll look for it more. And the out on an 0-1. Marlowe gets it in. Shoemaker going to take a jab at it and going to miss. 0-2 on the low pitch. But still now, here we go again. On the 0-2 with an out. Shoemaker looking for it again. On the 0-2. One out and back again. Marlowe gets the throw in. Shoemaker, contact made. That's out in the left. Going to be a tag-up situation as it's caught. But now Kashmerek using all the speed he has. It's going to be a foot race. He gets in sliding. He gets in sliding. And that's going to be the way Eastwood takes a lead. A Drew Kashmerek slide in his new home of Defiance. Wow.
Second baseman, Ridenour.
So now the next Drew going to be up, Drew Luthart, after the sacrifice fly by Shoemaker. And now an 0-0. Luthart up. Looks for it again, pitch low. And that's a ball one, so now a 1-0 count here with 2 outs, still going. So now the 1-0, we have it. And we'll go back for it again. Luthart here, gonna go. Gonna check swing. And they'll roll out a ball again. So now a 2-0 for Luthart is what we have. On the 2-0 now, 2 out. Luthart getting ready for it. And so we'll have it. Down low, wild pitch. Sense going to chase. Norton to third. Wild there for the pass ball.
It's the ladder, pass ball.
So ruled a pass ball there. 3-0. 2 out. So Eastwood now has not just 1, but 2 in scoring position. And that's going to be down low, ball 4. So you know what he's going to do. He's going to take a trip right there. And now the bag's loaded again. And we'll be up for it.
Shortstop, Colton Woodward.
Looking for it back again. Oh, and we're going to have a pitching change here. Didn't even see it over in the... anything in the Swanton bullpen, really. But the head coach for Swanton here going to be, of Josh Stewart, going to be going to get a visit. We're going to have a substitution here. Looks like now we will have the number 18 of Adam Lemon going to be on the mound, and he is going to replace the starter of Luke Marlowe and head on in as a reliever. So as he gets some reps in, we're going to take ourselves a break. For the bases loaded, we'll be back. This is Eastwood Baseball here on Eastwood Sports Media. And welcome back, everybody, to Eastwood Baseball here in Eastwood Sports Media. And now we're going to have Adam Lemon, the senior, who has started starts in the 5th spot. He's going to be the reliever for today as Woodward's up. First pitch, he'll see ball 1. And other substitutions, Luke Marlowe going to go over to short. And we're going to have Carson Lemons now in center field for Swanton. The bottom of the 3rd, 2 outs, bases loaded. Woodward saw this situation in the previous inning. What a 1-1 count now, back again. He's rolled 1 for 2 today. And so that's what we'll have. Back for it again, the 1-1 count. Woodward to get it in. Looks for it. Contact made and fouled off. 1-2 now. And 2 outs here. On the 1-2, Woodward gets it back again. Needing anything here he can find. That'll get set and go in for him, out and away. Ball 2, the 2-2 count here. So Lemon now only has thrown 4. Woodward 1 for 2 today. Now the 2-2. Contact made by Woodward. Out to center, and that's caught. Could have gone somewhere. Could have been something. That was close. But the new center fielder of Lemon's going to be there and make the play, as that will conclude the 3rd inning. Wasting no time, though, however, Eastwood takes it to use. And that's what we will have. So now we'll get back to look forward a tad more and find somewhere else that could be in play in a situation here by Eastwood on what they're going to want to do and where they can go. So beyond that, really, Eastwood controlling their own destiny now. They were able to get back onto a whole new level, and we'll look forward to seeing it here as Paul going to get a couple extra reps in, and we will be back. This is Eastwood Baseball here on Eastwood Sports Media. And welcome back, everybody, to Eastwood Baseball here on Eastwood Sports Media. We get started. Brendan Upham going to be up here and now with Brendan Upman up, the first baseman. We get started here. The 7th man in the lineup for the Swanton Bulldogs. And Lotzenizer going to throw it in. First pitch he'll see. Going to be, sounds like it hits off the bat and then goes foul. Just right behind, so that will be strike 1 ruled. 0-1 count now with Lotzenizer looking for somewhere else. And now we have it. His next pitch going to be in. Contact made, fouled off. First strike 2, so now an 0-2 count is what you're at with nobody out here. So on the 0-2, getting back for it again. Gonna find it and get it in. That will be right to Woodward and toss her around, and that will be away. The 8th man now, Evan Smilgeski, gonna be up after to record the first out. Eastwood getting busy also with 7 hits already to Swanton's 3. So now back again. Number 30 of Smilgeski gonna be up, and Lotzenizer gonna get it in high and knocked. And that'll be an 0-1 count, so another one to be thrown by Lotzenizer. And good play to be made there. As now we get back for another one. Lotzenizer going to find it through and away down for ball 1. So now a 1-1 count there. We'll have it, and we'll keep moving away where we were. The 1-1, Lotzenizer gets it in. Knocked a 2 count here for the Lumberjack. We'll be back and away for it again. So on the 1-2, looks ahead to start something here, and that will be knocked on the first base side, ruled foul. So now a 1-2 and an out here after the foul ball, and one out here. And now a 1-2 count here for Lotzenizer. Gonna get set and try to throw. He's at 56 today. Gets another one down and in. And on the strike three. Gonna be another one gone and retired for Lotzenizer's second one today. Now the ninth man, Brady OHSAA, in the top of our fourth inning. Forgot to change that. My apologies. We are in the top of the fourth. And we will be back away for that. So looking for another one here in the top of our fourth inning. Going to be knocked and way out and foul. Sounds like it hit something. Can't quite tell, but that's an 0-1 count. Away and again. So now the 0-1 with two out here. Let's get back for it again. 0-1. Lotzenizer going to get it in. The throw will be framed nicely. Norton going to get it. 1-1 count. And so now here we go again. Lotzenizer throws it in. Another foul ball. That's strike two. 1-2 now here for the Lotzenizer. He's having quite himself a day for two strikeouts. And so now backing away, he'll go. The next pitch to head on in. He'll look for it. The 1-2 count here. Lotzenizer gets set to throw in and chases it on a strike three. And that's going to be a run through and just there in time with a lot of breathing room. We will be back. Great play to be made. Eastwood going to head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Up after that. And so now we'll get a roll on here into the bottom of the fourth inning. And just like that, we will be right back. This is Eastwood Baseball here in Eastwood Sports Media. And welcome back, everybody, to Eastwood Baseball here in Eastwood Sports Media. We go. Brock Messinger going to be up, the left fielder. And so now here we go for Messinger, the second man in the Eastwood order. Quite the guy in of himself to be up. And so now we'll get started for him again. First pitch he'll see. Going to be a ball one. So now that'll be a 1-0 count for Messinger. Has a .329 average for his 102nd plate appearance this season. When it comes to plate appearances, he has more than any other Eagle on this team. So now a 1-0 count gets us started in the bottom of the fourth inning. And Lemon going to throw another one in. And so now we'll look. Gets it in. The throw to Messinger. Going to be knocked over to third. And then the throw to first. In time, he'll be out. But Caden Donnell to be up here again. So here's Donnie. Caden Donnell going to be up and ready to roll on it today. 0-0 count and an out. And so you'll still have it. On the 0-0, the out. Our dugout below us getting excited. First pitch to Donnell. Going to be a 1-0 count and over to the side. And so now we're at a 1-0. And back for it again. And that's going to knock him. And Donnell's going to get hit, go to first. And for the 5th time today, Eastwood's going to take a trip and go to first base with 1 out. And now we're going to have Drew Kashmarek, the first baseman, number 27. So now he'll be up again on the 0-0 with an out. So Lemon to look over. And now he'll get set. Throws it in now to Kashmarek. Gets it knocked to the side. And then in for strike 1. So that's an 0-1 count. To get a good one there for Cash. So now on the 0-1 and an out here. Gets through again is going to be Lemon. That's a high ball. Donnell wasting no time. Gets to second. And now a 1-1 count. The pass ball ruling there. Thrown high by Lemon. And catcher there had to try to catch it. Or try to go up. In the high jump. Still not able to get it. Another pass ball by Swanton. We've been seeing that a lot today. And a 1-1 count, the out here for Lemon. 12 right now, Kashmarek 1 for 2 today. And now the 1-1. And inside, ball 2, so a 2-1. And the out here. On a 2-1 now. And out for Kashmarek. Gets it back and away again. Gotta wonder if he's going to try to get another RBI here. And add on. He was 27 coming into today. And he's going to get a jab at that. Going to be fouled off, however, for strike 2. 2-2 count now. And 1 out here again. So we'll have it again on the 2-2 with 1 out. And going to find it. Get it in. And now set. Lemon to look. Gets it through to Kashmarek. High ball there again. The full count for the 3-2 and an out here. So the 3-2 and 1 out. Gets it high and back again. Looking a tad more. Now Lemon. We'll get the throw in. Kashmarek going to almost Soto shuffle there. And that's going to be the ball. And he's going to get over and take a trip for the 6th time today. 2 on now for Eastwood. Kashmarek at first. Donnell at second. And Connor Norton going to be up for Eastwood. So with Connor up, a lot could happen. I mean, looking at it again, by Kashmarek, it was almost really a Soto-type shuffle almost that he went for. But Norton up, got a beautiful RBI earlier. Waits for it again. Gets another one high. Not a pass ball this time. Going to be recovered by Harris, the catcher, number 9 for Swanton. And so now we're back on a 1-0. Norton 1 for 2 today. And gets it through again. The 1-0. Turn to 1-1. Norton a swing and miss. So that's strike 1. And out here. Gets it through again. And so here you go. The 1-1. Back for it again. And that will be the 1-2 count now. That'll be back and again. Will be where we are kind of more in the position that favors Lemon. But you're still in a spot now where anything could happen. 1-2 count now. And back for it a little more. Lemon now will get set. Gets it up. His leg to follow through. Goes in. Norton going to wait that high. Ball 2. 2-2 count now. Waiting for it just a tad more. On the 2-2 now, bottom of our 4th inning. Gonna wait for it again is Lemon, who now has to try to get it in. On the 2-2 with an out. We'll find it again here and knocks it through. Runner goes. Donnell over at third. We'll call him safe. So now our corner's painted. Kashmerick over at first base, and Norton
Pitcher,
up.
Paul
Or Paul Lotzenizer up after that. Looks like Norton strikes out there. If I'm not mistaken, that's what happened. And then Donnell to steal for third. And so now some discussion. And we'll start up again. And so after that we go.
Need to know who's fighting.
Oh, and we have a runner up. Landon Weems going to pinch run over at first. For the discussion, just notice that. And now Paul Lotzenizer going to be up. With Weems to make his debut in the district semifinal for varsity.
Playing first base for Eastwood, number 10, Landon Weems.
And so now Weems is going to be over, and we're back again to where we began. 0-1 count now. Gonna step off, but Weems to steal second successfully get first stolen base at the varsity level. Good for him. 0-1 count now with 2 out. And so Weems to get back through again. So Weems for his first stolen base. It'll be the 88th this season for Eastwood. Knocked away as Lotzenizer on that. 0-2 count now. And with 2 outs, puts it a little bit more difficult than what they had envisioned. But bottom of the 4th we go again. Lotzenizer here in the bottom of the 4th. Eastwood up 1 in the bottom of the... Lotzenizer here gets it back again. Gonna step away here. And now the 0-2 count back and forth again. Gonna get set now as Lemon. Gets his leg up, gets it through. Lotzenizer, beautiful, crank it up. Crank it up. Weems gonna come home. Donnell gonna come home. The Lumberjack gonna go for second off the error missed. And he's gonna get there, double for Eastwood. And a boom celebration. Lotzenizer's high 2 lead now for Eastwood. And introduce, for Jack Sensenig, 5-2. The dugout gets loud underneath us. So a loud dugout. Eastwood up 5-2. Jack Sensenig, the designated hitter, gonna be up here for Eastwood as the energy starts definitely again. And so that'll be huge there for Eastwood. Rolled a single. I think that's going to be rolled a single and then with an error or a possible steal. And after that, we'll go. So Eastwood now ball 1, 1-0 count. And so we'll go 1-0 count. And goes through with it again. And so going to try to get it set here. Don't know what's going on. 1-1 count after that for Sense. All right, we got it back again. Now here we go. On the 1-1 with 2 out. Sense looks for it. Lemon still on the mound. He'll look back at Lotzenizer. Gets it in for Sensenig. And they'll roll that a strike. So now that'll be a 1-2 count now for him. And away we go. So now on the 1-2. Gets it back and through. And Sense going to send a sailor out into right. Going to go foul. Luckily, there's a net over there. And we'll catch it. So a 1-2 count now. 2 out. And Sense just standing there will get it back through. And now moving. And we'll look for it again. So back for it again now here. On the 1-2, 2 out. Sense going to be back in 1 for 1 today. Going to try for it and strike 3. Lemon to strike him out, and now we'll tie Lotzenizer, but only 1 left on for Eastwood. Could have been a lot worse as they had a lot on earlier. But a beautiful hit there by Lotzenizer, going to be able to got Donnell and Weems home on the RBI. So now it's 5-2 Eastwood. After that, we head to the top of the 5th inning, and we will be right back. This is Eastwood Baseball here on Eastwood Sports Media. And welcome back, everybody, to Eastwood Baseball here on Eastwood Sports Media. We go, and now up will be the number 10 of Luke Marlowe leading off the inning and the order for the Swanton Bulldogs. First pitch you'll see, ball 1. It's now a 1-0 count here and away again. So on the 1-0, you have it. You'll look for a little bit more. Another one in, and that's going to be knocked high out in the center, going to be chased. And that's going to be caught by Messinger for out number 1 from the flyout and almost left center. Both Donnell Messinger chasing that and caught by Brock. And so now Isaiah Boneyard going to be up here for Swanton in the top of our 5th inning. We go again. Seeing him, Marlowe going to be now 1 for 3 after that. And let's get it. And I mean, it was inevitable, I guess, just to get one on. But now Carson Lemon's going to be up the third man. The junior going to be up for it again. So now here you have it. Lemon's up. And now Dennis Robinson, the sophomore, number 12, going to be pinch running after the hit by Bolliard. And so now here we go again. Waiting for it here, Lotzenizer. Ball behind his back. Looking to move it now towards his glove. Looks to first, now gets it. Gonna get the throw in and swings at it, or gets the swing at it, is Lemons, but he'll miss. So that's strike 1. 0-1 count with the 1 out here. Lotzenizer at 65 pitches thrown now. And we'll keep a roll on. So on the 0-1, the out, here we go. Back one again. That's a pop-up out into center, and Donnell going to be there, and he's going to catch it. And so that's out number 2 for good tidings. With 2 outs, Lemons to fly out to center now. I wonder if they'll fly out to Shoemaker to complete the outfield, if you will. But now we go to Drake Harris. If I'm not mistaken, the catcher. Yep, number 9, Drake Harris up, the senior, and bats 4th in the order. He's 0 for 2 today, and looking for another one. 5-2 your score between Swanton and Eastwood. Pickoff attempt from
Drake Harris.
From Lotzenizer to Kashmerick. Gets it away, but there you have it. Not what you thought. So now the 0-0 with 2 outs, gets it through again. Waiting for anything here. Lotzenizer gets that in, throws it, and strike 1 going to be called. So now that's an 0-1 count here with 2 out, and we'll get back for it a little further. So the 0-1 here to get it started. Lotzenizer going to look for another. Finds it, gets it in, down low. That one not going to be a strike, however. That's ball 1. 1-1 count now with 2 out. So on the 1-1, we have it. And getting it away, back again. Lotzenizer taking no chances. Trying to get a pickoff attempt here. There's only 3 times I can think of throughout this year where a pickoff attempt has succeeded. but still worth the shot. 1-1, 2 out, gets it low, and that'll be ball 2. So now a 2-1 count with the 2 outs here for Lotzenizer. So 2-1 backing away is what you'll have. And the 2-1 here will get it set. Runner goes. Norton to throw. Over to Woodward. Is that in time? And it is! That's a caught stealing for Connor Norton and Lotzenizer. So that one going to go back. Beautiful play made there to end the top of the 5th inning. So now we head to the bottom of the 5th. Eastwood up by 3, and we will get back and started away. And we will be back. This is Eastwood Baseball here on Eastwood Sports Media. And welcome back, everybody, to Eastwood Baseball here on Eastwood Sports Media. Cam Shoemaker up as we get it started here again. Even count now. Number 18 of Adam Lemon is up, and now we go. First pitch he'll see, going to be ball 1, so now a 1-0. And now you have it a little bit more. On the 1-0, next pitch going to be high, ball 2, so a 2-0. Is what we are at now, and waiting just a tad further to find anything. Getting loud underneath. The 2-0 going to be low, but recovered by Harris. That gets a 3-0. And now Shoemaker going to find it for ball 4 is what they'll call it, so he's going to take a trip for the 7th time today. Drew Ludhart now going to be up. Lemon at 33 after that. And Shoemaker still 0 for 0. Drew Ludhart up after the walk. And so now Ludhart 0 for 1 today. We'll find another. And now that'll go through again. The bunt attempt missed. And that's fouled off. 0-1 count now for strike 1. So now Ludhart waits for something again. We'll get into the box and get set. And so the 0-1 looks ahead again. That'll be a good pull. Ball 1. 1 count here to go away. Nobody out now. Eastwood had 8 hits as well. And so we'll get another. The step off, Shoemaker going to have to go back to first. And now we go again. Bond all the way over at third, stepping into the green grass. Or I guess the green turf, and that's a knock by Ludhart. And that's a 1-2 count after the bunt attempt lands foul. Still a good move there by Ludhart. Definitely the Good decision. And now the let's go Ludi chance underneath. 1-2 count. Nobody out. And here we go again. On the 1-2. Luthart gets it back and away and gonna get it on strike 3. And so Lemon gonna record a strikeout there. And is needed. There's out number 1 for Eastwood in the bottom of our 5th. Third strikeout today by Lemon. Colton Woodward going to be up as well. And so now we'll get back for it again. And back away he'll go. And so gets ahead to start something here is Woodward. On the 0-0. Gets it back and through. Going to get set. Woodward going to knock that one way back. That'll be strike 1. So now an 0-1 count here today. With an 0-1 situation is what we have. So Woodward going to be back for it on the 0-1 count now. And an out in the bottom of our 5th inning. And so Lemon gets it in. Woodward going to knock that one beautifully out. And that's going to be dropped in left field. Woodward to go to second. And then back is Shoemaker. They're going to Woodward all the way to third. The throw's going to be there and not in time. Actually, not at all. Woodward the triple. Shoemaker home. 6-2 the score for Eastwood. And what a beautiful play there. Woodward sliding into third. I thought there'd be a throw there attempted by Marlowe, but there's not going to be any time for that. Shoemaker gets home all the way from first, and Messinger going to be up 1 for 3 today with the out. Eastwood going to record their 9th hit of the game, and a beautiful one at that. And so now the 0-0. 1 out here to get it back and away. Going to be knocked. Messinger with the going to be the bunt attempt. Woodward comes home, and Messinger out at first. So there's out number 2. Caden Donnell up, but makes it 7-2 since Woodward's able to come home on the sacrifice bunt there by Messinger.
Center fielder, Caden Donnell.
So now Caden Donnell up, and we'll be backing away again. So the 6-2, now 7. Donnell up for this. After the sacrifice by his face. Not a pass ball, though. That's going to be caught by Harris. 1-0 count. Donnell 1 for 1 today. Close call. And another one there going to be thrown and for ball 2. So Lemon at 41 thrown now. And Caden Donnell up. Going to find it, and that's ball 3. I believe. Yep, that's ball 3. So now a 3-0. The count getting it back again. Donnell. I'm wondering if he'll take it, or if he's going to swing. And he'll just take that for ball 4. Almost a ball, David Ortiz style, nonetheless, knowing it'd be a ball. But here we go again. That's going to be the 8th time. He's going to take a trip on that. And now Drew Kashmarek will be up after that one and takes Donnell to first base.
First baseman Drew Kashmarek.
So with Kashmarek up and 2 out, we get back for it again. And so now, Kashmarek going to find it. One, so a 1-0 count here is what you'll have, and you'll have to find another way to roll with it. And so now backing away. The 1-0 gets it through. Kashmarek going to wait again, and he'll find strike 1 there. So a 1-1 count with 2 outs backing away. So Kashmarek 1 for 2 today. Lemon at 46 after that. And he'll take another one. Kashmarek going to get a ball. That's going to be knocked over to short at Marlowe. The throw over. It's going to be muffed, and he's safe. They call him safe, and Donnell going to third, taking advantage of it. So an error there by the number 13 of Upham, sophomore. Had it, dropped it in front of him. Kashmarek's safe at first base now. And that'll be an error on the first baseman, E3 there.
Catcher, Connor Norton.
And now Connor Norton. They call him Storm for a reason. He's been loud, thunder-heavy rain here today. And now they'll be moving it along. And Norton going to take that one. That'll be strike 1. So now an 0-1 count with 2 out. 1 for 3 today. And goes through again. Norton going to send one up the middle. Donnell will score. Kashmerek going to be able to just head to second. And Storm Norton going to get over to first. And now we'll have to find it back again. Paul Lotzenizer, the pitcher, to be up. But now it will be 8-2 Eastwood after that in the bottom of our 5th inning. So a beautiful hit there, just up the middle. And now the pitcher, number 28, Paul Lotzenizer, going to be up, with Eastwood scoring in the 3rd, 4th, 5th inning consecutively, with 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and now 3 again in the 5th. Strike 1 for Lotzenizer. 0-1 count now with 2 out. Swanton has yet to score since the 3rd inning. They got 1 in the 1st and then 1 in the 3rd. 8-2 now your score. And swing and a miss by Lotzenizer. 0-2 count now on that. So after the 0-2, we'll look for something else. Getting ready to battle here. Lotzenizer now going to get ready to take it. Lemon going to get moving. Gets the leg up, gets it in, and Lotzenizer going to get a good knock on it, foul. And now an 0-2 count here between him and Lemon. So Lemon now at 52 after that thrown today. He was the relief pitcher originally for Luke Marlowe, who is now at short. And we'll try again on the 0-2. Gets back for it again. That's going to be high. Lotzenizer not going for it. 1-2. After that was high and to Paul's left. That'd be Lemon's right. And so now we try it again. Adam Lemon to throw in. Lotzenizer going to swing on the low pitch and miss. And that will be the 4th strikeout recorded by Lemon. And so we're going to take ourselves a break heading into the 6th inning of play. And we will get a roll on Eastwood to get up by 6 after that. And we are going to be right back. This is Eastwood Baseball here in Eastwood Sports Media. And welcome back, everybody, to Eastwood Baseball here in Eastwood Sports Media. We get it rolling. And now it looks like the number 9, Drake Harris, our catcher, is going to be up here again. We start the top of the 6th inning. Eastwood to score 3 in the previous 5th inning. Puts them in a great spot here. First pitch going to be a little high in the zone. Looks like it kind of hit almost near more of the knob instead of the barrel. 0-1 count now. Nobody out. Harris 0 for 2 today. Lotzenizer at 71. And his next one going to go in, and that's going to be knocked high. Popped it up. And that's going to be all Moody. And he's going to get that ball knocked high and away for out number 1. And after Harris, who was the 4th man, we have the 5th man, Adam Lemon. Pitcher going to be up. And nobody in the Eastwood dugout right now. Or not dugout, excuse me, bullpen. Warming up. And that's a ball 1-0 count. Just barely missed it for Lotzenizer. Lemon 0 for 1 today as Lotzenizer gets the next one in. That's popped up high as well into right. Shoemaker going to be there and Shoemaker to catch it. Not quite able to catch it on our camera there, but still, it is what we will have. So now, 8-2 the score.
Third
And 2 outs.
baseman Carson Bond.
And now the third baseman, Carson Bond, number 14 to be up. He's 0 for 1 right now, but as I mentioned, anything can happen. So let's get it started here. Lots and eyes are going to get that one in the knock right up the middle. Woodward, beautiful play. Going to try to get the throw, not in time. And there's a single there. Beautiful base hit there. And that shows Carson Bond some speed. 1 for 2 today after that. And really, quite the speedster is why he gets there. Woodward made a beautiful play to stop that from going into the outfield. But just the speed and just didn't work out for him. But here we go again. 2 outs, lots and eyes to throw it in. That'll be to Upham, the third baseman. And the first pitch, strike one. 0-1 count now. On the 0-1. And so the 0-1. That'll be a 1-1 count. 2 out here. So on the 1-1 with 2 outs. Getting back for it again. And lots and odds are going to get that one in. Norton to jump up. And saves it. Quite the athleticism. You know, the ball tends to bounce more on turf. And just really gets it there. 2-1 count now for Lotzenizer. And that's popped up. And that looks like that'll be Eric Hepler. And then Woodward going to call him off. He's the one to catch it with more in his direction anyway. And so that will be the end of the top of the 6th inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th. If all goes to plan, this will be Eastwood's last time batting for today. And then we'll bat again Saturday as they take on Ottawa Hills here. Knock on wood, though, nothing is guaranteed, especially come playoff time. So we are going to be back and take ourselves a break. This is Eastwood Baseball here on Eastwood Sports Media. And let's take it back. Welcome, everybody. Jack Sensenig, our designated hitter, to be up. They're still pitching Adam Lemon for Swanton, as that one will go in and be a strike one for Jack in the bottom of our 6th. 0-1 count now, and we'll be back for it again. Lemon to throw another one in. That's going to be knocked away. Foul ball, strike 2. 0-2 count here, as now we go again. So on the 0-2, looks for it again. Sense going to get it in. Going to chase it and was going wild and out. But good athleticism shown there by Isaiah Bolliard over at second. Sense really leaned into that. That'll be strike one. Cam Shoemaker. Cam Shoemaker going to be up. And we'll be back for it again here, as we look ahead to get it moving. So that first pitch there will be backing away. 0-1 count. Going to have us moving here as we'll wait for it. And that one to go back in again. Ball one. So a 1-1 count to go ahead to start something here. So on the 1-1, Lemon to get it through to Shoemaker. Down low. That'll be a 2-1 count. Hold on that. So now here we go, 2-1. Outside for ball 3. And so now that's going to be outside and wild. And so Shoemaker going to go, and he's going to take a trip for that one. And now here we go again. Shoemaker going to be on, and now Drew Ludhart going to be up here in the bottom of our 6th inning. So now here we have it. Lemon to look back, and he'll move. Gets set. His leg comes up, gets it inside. So Drew Ludhart, ball 1. 1-0 count, had to step out of that. And now here we go again. So on the 1-0, nobody out. Shoemaker going to be there, gets it in time, so he won't get caught stealing or picked off. So now you have it. The 1-0 and an out here. As Ludhart going to let that one pass again, ball 2. 2-0 count here is what you got. So on the 2-0, got to get moving a little bit more. Shoemaker to jump out a little bit and to get set. Ludhart going to let that one go through. Strike 1. Taking every pitch so far. 2-0 count now. Or a 2-1 count, excuse me, after that. So he'll look to take another. And Shoemaker going to take off. That's going to be high. Harris the throw. And that ball's going to be through to center. Lemon's going to recover. But still, Shoemaker to get over to second after that. And so now the 3-1 count and an out here is what we'll have. That was close. Shoemaker had a small lead, and that was just high enough where Harris was able to jump up with the ball and get a nice throw off. Does not work, however. The 3-1 into Ludhart, outside and away. So that'll be number 10 now. And Ludhart, he's going to take a trip on that one. So here we go. And that'll be number 10 for today. And we're going to have another visit. We haven't seen anyone in the Swanton bullpen all day. But we might have a pitch and change or maybe just a visit. Not sure what is going on. Colton Woodward to be up, and he's 2 for 4 today.
When play resumes, Bear will be the shortstop, Colton Woodward.
So also we have in the Eastwood bullpen, we have Drew Kashmarek warming up. I'm not sure if he's finished or not. He must have, since we are now back onto the bottom of the 6th inning. He might come into close for Lotzenizer, who has had 2 strikeouts today and has been throwing real well. 0-0 count, 1 out here, 2 on for Eastwood, Shoemaker and Ludhart. And we'll be back for it again. So here you have it. On the 0-0, Lemon to get it back in for Woodward. First pitch in, strike 1. Looks like it almost curved. So now, though, you'll have it. So now Woodward going to have it. On the 0-1. Getting excited. Woodward to knock it in on the 0-1. We'll wait for the hold 1-1 count there. And so now we have all ones, 1 at the plate. 1 out, 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Adam Lemon. Getting ready to pitch again for number 70 here. He'll look in from the leg up and takes it for ball 2. So that's a 2-1 count. Eastwood putting themselves in a good spot here. On the 2-1. Here we'll have it. 1 out. Going back for it again. Woodward to let that one slide for ball 3. So a 3-1 count there. And here we go again. On the 3-1 and an out. And so here you have it again. Woodward to get it back and away again. And going to try to swing at it. Strike 2 and miss. So the 3-2 count here, full, is what we're at for Woodward. And so Lemon here has a good opportunity. Woodward as well, though. Just depends where it goes. hope to foul him off possibly and keep it going. On the 3-2 back again. Woodward to get ready. And we'll get it in. The throw going to be missed. And outside for ball 4. So Woodward now going to go for the 11th time. He's going to take a trip over for that one in Eastwood. After losing in the district semifinals to Coldwater last year, has put themselves in a good position now. Brock Messinger, what he does best is bunt. I'm not sure if we'll see that one here, but bases are loaded with one out. And both Upham and Bond have moved in for Swanton at first and third. Ball 1 there thrown to Messinger. So that's a 1-0 count. We have one out here. So next one to come in. Messinger to let that one pass. Strike 1. So that's a 1-1 there. Only an out. As we'll take another. The 1-1 here to take it back again. Ball 2. So a 2-1 for Swanton. And another one here on the 2-1. Gets it through again high for ball 3. So that's a 3-1 count. And here we have it again. And so now the 3-1. And takes it in again. That's ball 4 for Messinger. And so he's going to take that, and he's going to take a trip right on over. And here we go again. Shoemaker to come home because of that. And that will be the 4th straight inning where Eastwood will score. Now it's 9-2 with Caden Donnell up. And we are back at it again. So Donnell up after the walk. Bases loaded. And here we go. So on the 0-0. Gets it back in and a set. Donnell going to have that one inside ball 1. And a 1-0 count here with an out. And so he'll knock that one. We'll keep it going. 1-0 gets it through high again to Donnell. And 2-0 now. And here we have it again. So after that, you have it on the 2-0 for Donnell. He'll take another. Gets it in. And that's high, ball 3. 3-0 for Leben now at 80 pitches deep in his tenure here. That's around the median. But Swanton has yet to warm up anybody in the bullpen. On the 3-0, gets it in. And that's a strike 1. 3-1 count, and the 1 out here is what we're at now. So going to try for a little more. Donnell to take it. On the 3-1, gets it in. And that's strike 2, the full count now with the 1 out. Just shows how in a span of only a couple, you can get right back into it. Leben now to battle Donnell. On the 3-2, gets it in. And that's inside, ball 4, another to score. And Donnell's going to take a trip. And Eastwood will knock it on down to be just like Ottawa Hills and score 10. The score is now 10-2. In the previous game between Ottawa Hills and Archbold ended in 6 innings with Ottawa Hills taking that one 10-0. And as we mentioned earlier, for the game to get Swanton here to play Eastwood was Swanton versus Tenora, and that was an 8-2 victory for Swanton. But now here we go, a bit of a mound visit, and it looks like we'll see a new pitcher here and get some warm-ups going. So Eastwood to make it 10-2 with Drew Kashmerek up. We'll see the new pitcher when we come back. This is Eastwood Baseball here at Eastwood Sports Media. And so here we go. Welcome back, everybody, to Eastwood Baseball here in Eastwood Sports Media. Drew Kashmarek has the bases loaded again. He's 1 for 3 today. Brock Messinger at second, Colton Woodward at third, and Caden Donnell over at first with 1 out. He'll be up now, and the pitching change for the Swanton Bulldogs for the third pitcher today, Carson Lemons, the junior number 8 to be in. And now we have a 1-0 count for him after his first pitch to go. Next one inside, going to be down low, ball 2. And so that's a 2-0 for Kashmarek, going to be able to take that. And here we go back again. So on the 2-0, the 1 out here. Lemons to get it low, and that'll be ball 3. So now a 3-0 count. And here we go again. So now on the 3-0, going to get it inside. That'll be ball 4. You're not going to even make it anywhere close. And so that'll be ball 4. And for the 14th time, Eastwood is going to take a trip. Just like that. And now Connor Norton going to be up, bases loaded. And so here now, Eastwood up by 9. Will score 3 in the 6th inning. They got 3 in the 5th, 3 in the 3rd, but 2 in the 4th. And so now everybody bunched in on the Swanton infield. Low ball for the number 2, and that's ball 1. Norton 2 for 4 today. Bottom of the 6th inning, and now 11-2 your score. And here you have it again. Next one in for strike 1. The first strike he'll throw in the game. And so now a 1-1 with the out. Lemons to get that one in. On the 1-1, out here. Lemons throws it. Norton contact, and that's going to go all the way out to right. Is that going to be fouled? And that is going to be a foul ball for strike 2. And now a 1-2 count. That was knocked by Norton. And so this is going to put it in the favor of Lemons. But still at a 1-2. Norton going to find it, and that will be ruled as ball 2. So a 2-2 tied up again for Norton. He's 2 for 4. Lemons at 7 pitches deep now. Looking for an intense at-bat. Norton going to crush that out into center. And that ball's to drop, and they're going to just send him home. And that should be all. And a run rule, 12-2. Eastwood scores 12 unanswered, and they're going to end off a missile by Norton. And Eastwood to advance to the district finals after a loss to Coldwater from last year. And so Eastwood ends on that 12-2. They will play Ottawa Hills here on Saturday. And boy, oh boy, don't we love Defiance. It is so kind of them to host. And a better outing than the last time we were here after the 3-1 loss to St. John's, but 12-2 the score. And this will be also the final here for Eastwood. 12-2 after they get 4 innings of dominance. So now this will be the final. Play Ottawa Hills here on May 31st, and we will be back. Everybody, thank you for joining us along the ride. I'm Dan Ridenour signing off, and I got 2 words